Hey friends, it's that time of the month, not that one, where I get to show you how everything is doing, all of my fails, all the wins, what I can harvest. Yes, we can harvest, and things that I've learned already that I probably won't do again. So stick around for that. Now, if you want to see me on a day-to-day basis, check out my Instagram account. I post in my stories all the time. So if you are very curious to see the day-to-day stuff, go check it out there. Also, if you want to know more, subscribe, turn on your notifications because I have a lot of stuff coming next month. This month has been so busy. Sorry if I've been a little MIA, but next month will be better. I know that for sure. If you haven't watched the last month's tour, check that out so you can see the big difference. And now let's get started. This is the entrance. We're gonna move over here because I wanted to show you how my potatoes are doing. They look so crazy. But you see how it looks right there? It looks like someone pushed that area. Well, that's because we get a lot of wind, and this is my high wind area, and I didn't think that the potatoes would get this tall, so it's been affected a little bit. Might have put some stress on the plants, so we'll see how they do. The zinnias took a little bit longer to get started, but I think it's because they're being shaded from the majority of the sun. So now that it's kind of opened up, maybe we'll get more growth from them. I will show you some on the other side where you can see the difference. So I still have some of these things down because it's an experiment. Just want to see if maybe I can grow some things out here without having to do everything indoors. Another thing over here is my melons. They're being shaded too. I haven't cut the potatoes because I really wanted you to see. This is more learning. If I don't show you my mistakes, then how are you learning? Kind of thing. So the melons are struggling a bit, but we will give them some sun pretty soon. Look at these beauties over here. These are my black-eyed Susan vines, and they are getting started. I'm so excited. These should be real pretty and pink at some point. Over here, see the difference in the melons? Look at these melons compared to those. So next time, cut those sooner. And I left all of the volunteer marigolds in here. I haven't removed them because I also wanted you to see that. This is a squash, and it's a vining squash that's already trailing out. And look at this zinnia. It's the same one from the other one, but you see the difference? I think it's a big difference. And then look at my giant cilantro that's bolting. I also wanted to show you what this looked like. And in the back, I had what would take over after I remove the cilantro is squash. But you see how it's struggling here a bit? Might be the wind and this shaded area, but it is flowering, which is kind of strange. And then I have another one over there. But size, look at the difference. Huge difference. So just make a note that anything that shades your plants is going to make a drastic change in growth. These are my sweet peppers, and I just added this one here. I hope she makes it. I didn't think I had another sweet pepper growing, and I found it, so it's going to be a late start, but it's okay. The other ones are doing better than they were before, and I think we have some blooms already. So this is all sweet peppers, and then I have some flowers growing on the end, and honestly I forgot what those are. I'd have to check back. Over here I have a sunflower madness bed. Do any of you know if growing sunflowers with your food is a bad thing? I heard someone say that sunflowers could be poisonous to other vegetables. I had never heard that before, so let me know below. All of those sunflowers are volunteers, and I'm actually letting these grow there as well. I thought they were zinnias, but no, they are definitely sunflowers, and I will move them, but you know, they've made a long ways here. Definitely smaller because of their growing circumstances, but these I really meant to remove. But then I actually love the way that they all looked and I really wanted to test out what would happen. The only one that I really seeded myself was the mammoth sunflower, and it's actually pretty big, so I don't know if it's really being affected by the other ones. And then in here I have 2 cherry tomatoes. One is blooming, and in the back where I had my food, so I had the cherry tomatoes, and then I have the eggplant, which now is growing much better. So I'm not sure if it needed some shade, which I thought was really weird because they like full sun. And the other one is back here. Maybe it'll do better in a little bit. But isn't it crazy? All these are volunteer sunflowers. This is my onion and other miscellaneous items. What I had here before didn't really grow. I can actually show you, there's still one here. It's a petunia, so I really didn't do my research, and I don't know what petunias needed. So I went ahead and I got some from the nursery, and I already have some beautiful color. Look at this magenta. It's gorgeous. She really stands out. They're both the same color. My onions, I think, are doing fabulous. There's some that are barely getting the growth, but I think they'll get there. And then I have the Snapdragons. They're finally getting a lot of sun, so they're really growing in. I have celery back here, which I have too much. I didn't thin these out, but I think I will shortly. But I've got celery back there because it's a cooler area. And then that's a calendula that's been there since the freeze. Not here, actually, I moved it there, and it's been doing okay. And then we start with our watermelons. You see how sun. It needs some sun for sure, because look at the difference on this one. Big difference. Sorry you'll see my shadow for a minute, but I wanted just to come back and show you how my squash bed looks. Before I go there though, I forgot. Let's back up. This is blue Victoria salvia that came back from the freeze. I moved it here, and I think it's doing well. This is extra beans that I had. I'll be doing that again. I think this looks so beautiful here. And it's got some really purple blooms. Okay, back here. The squash has started to bloom, and they look beautiful in the mornings. Back here, I think these are stalks, but they're still growing even with all this craziness. And I've got my melon back here, watermelon back there, watermelon in between here, another watermelon. It's growing. I mean, they might get a little bit of shade, but I think we made it past. One thing I will say is that squash, once it gets started, it grows super fast. So they need a lot of room, and thankfully some of these are a little bit bigger. Like I have okra right there that's coming out. This is eggplant. I think this is a stalk. Eggplant, some more okra. So they're getting tall. The idea they were supposed to get a little bit taller before these got this big. But anyways, some of the squash is starting to vine out. It actually turned out ideal. Every other one is vining, and then the other one is different. So I think it's pretty cool. And then back here, I've got another stalk. That one's a little bit shorter than the one in the center. Now we're getting to the good part. Oh wait, I forgot. This is mint that I've had for years already. Completely died, and now it's back. So don't give up on your plants. All right. Sorry, I still have some containers that are out, but it just looks so pretty. It's filling in, and soon there will be lots of color. And look, another sunflower, and this one's pretty big and pretty strong. So I'm gonna leave it there. I just want to see how things go. I actually want to make it to where it's hard to walk through here because there's so much growing. I kind of like that. I pulled out my blueberries because they were getting shaded by this massive bush that I need to cut back. Like, it is not good for it to be on the AC unit like that. I think I'll have some blueberries either way. Probably more than last year. Last year I had one, and I never pulled the weeds out. I'm just leaving it as mulch. So this is an experiment. These are extras that I have, and I've had them here. I've watered them, but they're very stunt. Like, you want to know what stunt growth is? This has been here for months the same way. I water them. Some of these have survived, and I think they will continue to survive, but it's not a good idea to leave them like this. Alright, so this is my peppers. This is my hot pepper bed, and this ginormous squash. I don't know what it is. I actually forgot. But in between here I have another melon, and then back there, these are the ones that I forgot what they were, but they're flowers. Oh, I know what this is. And I'm sure you already know what it is too. I'm not gonna say it. You should just guess. So I have a pepper in here that doesn't seem to be bothered too much, but it is smaller than the others. And then one back there that is really being shaded by this massive leaf. So the hot peppers took a little while to get started. They're very small in comparison to what I should already have, but it's okay. It's a different learning curve. Last year it wasn't like this. And look at this one. I think some of my drip might not be working so well, so I have to check that. And I'm not so sure why this watermelon is not as big as the others, because this bed does get more sun. Over here on my compost, I've been letting them breathe a little bit, and I have a lot of stuff growing, so I haven't turned it. This is like a pumpkin, I think. I don't know. I'm gonna pull those out and put them somewhere, but I wanted to show you my potatoes I'm growing in here. Isn't this crazy? Yeah, so I haven't turned it because of that, and I'm growing something else over here too. I'm not sure what this is, so we'll pull those out, and I might use some of the potatoes. See, I have one over there, and put it in the potato bed. This beautiful kale survived the freeze, and so did this calendula. Calendula is really frost tolerant because it's made it through, and it's beautiful. It's about to bloom soon. I can't wait. But look at how gorgeous my kale is, and I've been eating off of it, and it's delicious, and it's gorgeous. I love the color. And then that is lemon balm. I actually moved it, and it doesn't get too much sun, but I think it's thriving there. Like, it's really shaded. And I put some more over there, and it's growing back. So we'll see. Now we got my tomato bed. My tomatoes are getting really big. They had some stunt growth. Like, these are the same as those containers. So see what happens? This is real growth here. And they're all getting big, and I started to tie them down already so they can grow along the trellis that my husband built for these 4 beds. In the middle here we have basil and a zinnia, and I really think that I have a lot of space in between, so now that I have these plants, I might add in some lettuces in between just to see what grows. If you like my arbors, then I will link the video where I talk about them and show you what they are. Over here, you see my peas? My peas did not do this last year. I think my peas only grew as much as the raised beds. I think they were like 2 feet long, but given them the room, oh my goodness, I'm sure they are at least 4 to 5 feet already. But I have some tomatoes here, these 2 cherry tomatoes on each end that will trellis with the beans. These have been blooming for the past few weeks, and they're gorgeous color. I think they've decorated the arbor here. Gorgeous. I needed that color. This one's more productive than this one, and it's the same plant, which is kind of strange. But it's made it all the way to the top already. I have a nasturtium that's back there, and not too long ago I added marigold. We'll see how it does with the shade. And then we have all of our carrots. I haven't thinned them out, and I need to do that soon. They are really, really, really close together. So it's time. It's been overdue. And then over here I have all my beets. That's what those are. They're red beets. And then these are the gold beets. They are smaller in size the gold ones. They both taste delicious. I love the foliage, and really that's why I was growing them, because they are really close together. So I've definitely been harvesting some, and look how much I have, a ton. And a close-up on the peas. All of the top is flowering, so I should be getting some peas pretty soon. And the last two beds. So I also have some peas all along the edge there. I truly love it. I think I'm gonna be repeating that, and then once the peas retire, I'm gonna start some cucumbers indoors and then replace those. I already have cucumbers here. There's 2 and 2 on each side, here and over here. Look at the difference between the different varieties of cucumbers. This is much smaller. And in here I also snuck in a broccoli, and it's made it through. I don't know if there's actually 2. Maybe we can keep it going here. It's in between all these strawberries, and this is what we're going to be harvesting. You can see some red in there. These are chives that came back after I cut them down completely, and the cilantro is growing in between them. So I think it wasn't a bad idea. The cilantro's doing really good. And then I have more peas, and I think there is a cauliflower back here. See how the difference between this one and the other one is pretty crazy. Lots of peas, and then over here we've got 2 beans. I had 3, but one didn't make it, and I snuck in a tomato and 1 sunflower. This is the only other sunflower I have in the beds. And then all my garlic. My garlic is so big. Like, look at the size of them. Like, this is so big. I can't wait. I think early June I'll be able to harvest them. And if you didn't get to see this up close, I snuck in last minute some more nasturtiums here, back there. I think they're doing okay. And right here. Let's see what strawberries we can harvest today. I think this one's ready. So we've got 1. Those might need a couple days, but look at the size of them. This is my first time. Oh, that one's got a bad piece there. But we'll take it. I think there's 1 back here. Yep. Ooh, this one looks extra ready. I've probably been harvesting every other day or so, at least 1 strawberry. Then we have these little beady ones. They're actually delicious. They are full of flavor. I added a couple more towards last month, I think. I found some proven winners, and they're doing okay. I think so. This is what we're gonna eat right now. Let's give it a try. You definitely have to grow some of your own strawberries. They are so delicious. I also wanted to show you where I have my other lettuces. You see my little wagon? It has lettuce, kale, spinach, and it's got some zinnias and a nasturtium. I love this so much. This area didn't work as I thought it would. I lost the toothache plant that was here. I think it was growing and then it just stopped. It got too hot probably. I need to start it indoors. But some of these lettuces are doing great, and I still added some color. This is a honey petunia from Proven Winners. And then this basket here didn't have good water system. I think one of the drips is plugged. So look at the size zinnias, and all my other zinnias should be the same size, and they're tiny. So I went and I added this to sort of shade the other stuff, because I think this bed also gets really hot. And this is a Violet de Bordeaux. This is my first time, and Laura from Garden Answer always uses these, and I finally found one and I had to sneak it in the middle. And then I added these honey petunias on each corner so it looks even. And then the lettuce did really good over here too, and so did the Asian greens. They're coming through. So a lot of difference in all of the baskets here, but lesson learned. They look good, I think, except for the main one in the center. And then remember I told you about the blue Victoria salvias that I salvaged and placed them over here? Well, I don't think they're doing as good, but they started to bloom and I'm getting some of the color, but the foliage on the bottom is being affected. So the sunflowers are getting really, really large, which I'm super excited for. But the idea of having the nice pretty blue on this side is kind of fading away. Overall, I think everything is doing really well. There's a few lessons learned, only a couple of things that didn't work out, but everything else, so far so good. We shall see next month. Stay tuned because I will be doing this every month. Let me know what you think, what you would do different, or what I'm doing wrong, because I need all the guidance. You guys help me a lot. The next video is going to be on the backyard orchard. I did my final changes and everything is green. My fruit that's growing is getting really big. So there's a lot of changes, and I know for sure there's going to be drastic changes between now and next month. So stay tuned for that. And then after that will be what to do in the May video. So a lot of cool things coming. Just be patient with me. I might not put in as much videos this time, but I will be doing it soon. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.